This how we grew up. I just want to be loved. I just want to be accepted. I want the power. And I want everything that comes with it. Now, of course, I didn't know it would go to those extents that it went to. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Because when you want something so bad, you'll do just about anything to get it. It's like we all lined up. It's a long line wrapped all the way around the corner. And everybody in this line trying to be accepted. So when I get to the front of the line and it's time for me to go through the door, you're damn right I'm going to do what I got to do. Why wouldn't I? Dear Love, episode 28. That's my girl right there. Susie Baker. She'll do whatever I tell her to do. Stupid girl. How stupid are you? How long was it going to take you to notice that I wasn't shit? I told you to lose weight and you did it. I told you to get that abortion and you did it. And you got the nerve to cry every night. Like I give a fuck. Keep crying. Because if you're going to keep dealing with me, you best believe I'm going to keep dealing. That's my job. Because see, I was raised like this. Not to give a fuck for real. Do what I want, say what I want. And you work for me. You want my attention, right? You know how many people around here want my attention? I don't even got to do nothing anymore. I just sit back and let the women come flocking. So if I choose you, you should feel happy. Not everybody get to come to the throne. Because you see, I ain't moving. I sit right here. But since I did choose you, your job is to keep me happy. See, that's the problem with females. If I tell you to do something, you better do it. And that's just what it is. Acceptance. Right? You want to be accepted? Oh, you want to kick it with the cool kids? This what we doing over here. We do drugs over here. You into that? Oh, you're not? Don't worry about it. Your friend is. Maybe she more cooler than you. Maybe she can come roll with us while you sit back and watch. Because again, we all waiting in this long line to be accepted. When your number called, you better do what you got to do to get through that door. Besides, everybody else is doing it. Now, isn't that weird, though? The mind of a man. Or should I say, the mind of a insecure man. Because as much as we claim people want acceptance, believe it or not, we the ones that really want to be accepted. If you asking a woman, hey, you better change your hairstyle, you better do this, put this on, do this, do that. That ain't all on her. Some of that, we gotta wear some of it. Some of it's kind of, controlling. See, women always say somebody controlling, or I really want to break that down. Like, so what is control? Is control me saying like, hey, don't go out after a certain time? Because, I mean, how some guys feel about their women going out late. But is that necessarily controlling? And if she listens, is that like her bowing down to you? Because I think that's how some women feel. They feel like if you say something and they listen to you, It's like they pride getting away. They feel like, oh no, you're not about to run me. It's what I want to do. But you get women out here who will do whatever that the guy says just to be accepted. But not just women, men too, but the doing drugs, the getting into certain parties, but guys doing the same thing. Think about it. We not trying to go in the club to see other dudes. We want to get into the club where all the women at, right? Or the famous strip clubs that we know all of the bad women at. That's where we want to be. And we throwing money to be accepted by them. I'm always the guy that kind of like sits back and watches what everybody's doing. I just say, hey, look, this is me. You got to take me as me. But that's easier said than done. I mean, women, that's trying so hard to be accepted. We go through our whole school career of trying to be accepted by a certain group. It's always the people who don't really care what you think about them that always succeed. While we busy fighting, against the world of being in a certain group, other people are just like, hell, if you don't like me, you don't like me. I'm here to do this, and this is my goal. Because if you got a goal in mind, that's where you need to be. To hell with what anybody think. I keep hearing everybody say, I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. What does that really mean? I think some of us are using it out of context. Now, we know what Cardi B meant when she was singing it, but it's not always about being famous or jewelry or anything like that. You could be living your best life just being in a goddamn house. No drama. Nobody, knocking on your door in the middle of the night. No 30-day, or not 30 days, no 3-day notice on your door saying get out. Car not being broken into. Like, it's a lot of ways to be living your best life. And I feel like it's just leaving the past in the past. Leaving negative things in the past, I should say. Anything negative, just leave it in the past. That would be considered living your best life. But we just want to be accepted so bad. Men too, man. We try to be accepted by these females with with the fat butts and pretty eyes, long hair. And we just gonna do whatever we got to do to get them. And I mean, don't get me wrong, to each his own, but one day we got to stand up and just say, you know what, I'm going to go for this goal that I have in mind, and I think that's what I'm going to focus on. How many friends do you have that feel like they have to be accepted into something? They want to be a part of something. Does that start when we a kid? Do we grow up wanting to be a part of something so bad that it just follows us our whole life? When you were a kid, you wanted to be, the kid that got all the attention. Well, I know I did. I wanted all of the attention. So if somebody else got the attention, you going to do whatever you can to get it. Or the kid with the nice shoes on, the kid with the nice hats. It's like you want to be accepted in some type of group. But isn't that how the world is set up? Acceptance. Because if acceptance isn't a real thing going on, then we wouldn't have words like blackballed always used, right? I have a lot of friends. Well, I know a lot of people that's going through that. Whether it be a relationship thing of, wanting to be accepted by the man, or the man wanting to be accepted by the woman. The mind is just so beautiful when we could just sit back and just think about what we want. Like, the mind is crazy. Again, if you got a goal, just stick to it no matter what. Easier said than done. We get sidetracked easily. But be a part of that group that you want to be a part of. Again, it's still being accepted. We all want to be accepted in some kind of way, because that's just how the world is set up. And then you get those few people who get away from that type of thing, and they turn out okay. And I'm not just talking about rich people or nothing like that, because I feel like the richest thing in the world is having knowledge and power. money is great. You know, they say money brings you the power and respect and all of that, but I think the world is afraid of someone with too much knowledge. And we've seen that before. When you know too much, we got to get rid of you. And we've seen that happen with people that wasn't rich. So, does being rich really show the power? I guess in some lights you can say that. But being accepted is a real thing. I mean, you got people who commit suicide for not being accepted. People cut their hair off for not being accepted. And at the beginning of the podcast, I played the role of an insecure man. To me, he's insecure because he wants all these things out of this woman. But what does he bring into it? You ever see those TV shows or movies where when the bully finally gets bullied, he doesn't know what to do? It's kind of like that with women and men also. We say we want so much. We beat our women so much mentally, physically, emotionally. Until one day they say, you know what, I'm tired. I'm gone. And then what do? We figure out ways to keep them around. Hey, baby, don't go. Please, I'm sorry. It'll never happen again. We can do that all day. But it's up to us. And we got to get away from trying to be accepted in a certain group or caring about what our family think about our girlfriend or our boyfriends. I just want to be accepted. I stick this needle in my arm to be accepted. I spend thousands of dollars on shoes to be accepted. That's how some of us live. Just to be accepted. That's a shame to live just to be accepted. There's so much to do in this world. So much life to live. And I'm going to throw it all away to be accepted. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Out of all of that I said, relationship-wise, if somebody come along and you love them, throw it all away for their acceptance. If you know they feel the same way. Wouldn't that be happily ever after? Because at that point, what you fighting for? You got everything that you need, everything that you want. And that's when all of the nice pictures and the smiling faces come along. When you accepted yourself, y'all accepted each other, everybody else will do the same. Dear love, T. Shaw, I'm out of here.